Hi everybody, let's go for a walk. My channel is called Truth to a T, and I call myself the walking loser because I walk 5 miles a day, and that helps me lose weight. I try to do 5 miles a day, 5 days a week, sometimes more, most of the times not very much less. But anyway, thanks for watching my videos, and thanks for liking and subscribing especially. So today I want to talk about addiction because um, my addiction, of course, is food. And even though I drink alcohol, I don't drink nearly as much as I used to in the past. I mean, it's more now. It's more of you know a one-on-one with a friend. I'm not into big partying anymore. So food is my crutch. And then when you add the two together, it's even worse. But anyway, what I want to talk today about is how people perceive someone when they decide they're going to take control of their addiction, and how sometimes your friends who you think are your friends, they can rapidly throw you off course. So when you go through this, one of the things you're going to find is that people will try to sabotage you. Now they're not sabotaging you because they dislike you. They're actually doing it because they dislike themselves, and they're afraid of losing you. Now, this happens especially with alcohol. I've been in the restaurant business all my life, and I'm from Ireland. And in Ireland, if somebody quits drinking, they're considered really weak. And actually, this is really funny, they're considered dishonest. You'll hear Irish people say, "Oh, you never trust a man that doesn't drink," or "Oh, he was fine until he drank," or "Until he quit drinking, and then he got greedy. Now all he cares about is money." Well, none of that is true, actually. I think what happens when you decide to take control of the beast, whatever that beast is, you become far more aware of what's going on around you. And yeah, you do focus more on maybe your finances or your friendships, which is why you'll need to control your friendships. I saw a great quote the other day. It said, "The less friends you have, the better," because if you only have a handful of friends, that's a lot less knives you have to continue to pull out of your back. So when it comes to recovery and recovering from addiction, um, you're going to find that if you do it for long enough, you will find that you have less and less friends, but the quality of friends you have will be much, much better. So just go with that, please. There's nothing worse than watching people fail when all they've ever wanted was to control that one thing. If you ask a man to tell you what his dreams are or what he wants to do in his life, he'll tell you 1,000 things, maybe more. If you ask a sick man what he wants in life, he'll tell you just one thing. We have to really, really remember that. And the main reason for this video today is I'm sick and tired of my industry, which is the food and beverage industry, and its approach to people who are in recovery. I'm hopeful, however, that things are changing. I'm seeing there's a large increase. First of all, there's a large increase in the amount of people who are quitting alcohol, especially young people. Don't knock the millennials just yet. I know a lot of people talk about them. They're smart in many ways. They're very aware of the health risks of overeating and alcohol and drugs and all the other things you can think of. Stress, being overworked. And so because of that, there are a lot of options now in the food and beverage industry, in beverages. If you notice, I mean, even Guinness, considered probably the greatest, one of the greatest corporations in the world, they now have an enormous amount of non-alcoholic beer, and they just came out with Guinness Zero, which is doing phenomenally well as a product. And I'm hearing stories from a lot of older people in Ireland, young people as well, of course, but I'm a little older, and one of the problems in Ireland was, and everywhere, was if you quit drinking, it was hard. Men, especially when they get older, they get lonely, and going to the pub and hanging out with their buddies used to be, what they enjoyed doing. Well, now they can go, and sure, some of their buddies still give them a hard time, but to be able to have a Guinness Zero and sit in your pub and chat with your friends, then get in your car and drive home without even worrying about it, that's an amazing thing. So things are getting better. But listen, I just want to talk to the people out there who maybe they're younger and people are giving you a hard time because you're quitting drinking or you're on a diet, you're trying to lose weight. If somebody gives you a hard time, or if somebody is ridiculing you, just ignore that, man. And there may be a period of time you may need to let those people go. And eventually, if they're really, really good friends, they will come back into your life. You don't have to change them. They don't have to change you. Really good friends will come back around. And the ones who don't, you've just got to let them go. I had a conversation with somebody the other day who basically just is so negative. And I'm trying to share my journey in the hopes of helping them, because I know they need help. They don't know they need help. But then what happened was this backfired on me, and they just started, talking badly to me about myself. And I just very politely, without them even knowing, I didn't have to say anything. I just kind of listened, and I nodded my head in agreement, and I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I could fail. I could, I've lost weight before. I could fail. And you're right about Tesla. Elon Musk could definitely go bankrupt. Not going to disagree with you there, my friend. Of course, all the while in my mind, I'm thinking, I know exactly what's going on here. And then, at a point, I said, listen, man, I got to run. But I'll catch up with you later. Shoot me a text or give me a call. And I walked out of that room and I thought, I'm sorry, but I cannot allow this person to derail my success. So I think it's about time our industry grew up and matured. And instead of disparaging people because they're controlling their addiction or they're making their lives better, I think we actually need to support them and try to give them encouragement, because the more you try to encourage a person, the better they're going to be. So let's at least make an effort to if you can't support somebody because they've quit alcohol or they've quit eating, for God's sakes, don't put a shot of booze in front of them, and don't put a tub of ice cream. Just leave them alone. let them go on their journey. Now, as I've said before, I don't do these videos to tell people what to do. Sometimes I do these videos, in fact, most of the time I'm doing this because I'm trying to help myself get better. And I'm trying to make myself stronger. And I'm also trying to educate myself. So I will tell you this. I am now at a place where I feel very strong in my decision making. My friends who gave me a hard time in the beginning, some of them are still my friends. The ones that were relentless and wouldn't let up, they're not my friends anymore. And they know it. They try to reach out, and I respond, but they know I've moved on. You must move on. You must absolutely move on, because you are the most important person in the world. And I don't mean that from a cocky or selfish place. But in order for you to fix you, it's going to require a certain amount of selfishness. So don't be afraid to stand your ground. And if somebody constantly says to you, hey, let's meet at McDonald's or let's do a few shots or whatever it is, at some point you're going to have to realize they're going to break you if you fall for that trap. So don't let them break you. And if you're like me, if you're a person who understands that there is a person in your life who's having a struggle and they're trying to help themselves, please give them some encouragement. And if you have a co-worker in the restaurant or in the bar and they quit drinking, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Don't try to drag them out. You know, you can't tell them what to do. You can't show them what to do. But don't drag them down. Maybe call them up and say, hey man, listen, I know you're not drinking. You want to go play some golf? You know, you want to hang out. You want to go grab a cup of coffee. You know, if they're trying to lose weight, you say, hey, you know, I know personally, I do intermittent fasting as well. So I typically don't eat until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon most days. So I have a couple of friends that'll say, hey, what are you doing for lunch tomorrow? And then they're like, oh, no, hold on. How about 2 o'clock? Does 2 o'clock work for you? I know you're doing that intermittent fasting thing. Those are the friends you need, man. So be supportive of others who are struggling, okay? Anyway, I hope you liked this video. It's really hot today. You can tell I have my straw hat. And it's getting a little hot out of here. So I'm going to end this video. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And like I said, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I just hope that somebody will watch this. And I hope it will help them. Because I really don't care about anything else except trying to teach people from all the mistakes that I have made, and hope that I'll help somebody not make some of those mistakes. Anyway, do me a favor, whatever you do, love yourself first and take care of others. God bless you.